What's the old saying? Form is temporary, class is permanent. You don't lose it. Not bad considering I ain't touched the ball in 10 years. Although I've got a huge love for the outdoors, I'd have to say my biggest passion throughout my life has been football. So you might have seen the tragic events of last night where, once again, look at that shimmy. England failed to bring it home. So earlier on this year I turned 50. So that's 50 years of hurt for me. But that pain for me is much deeper than just being an England fan. For my sins, I'm also a Sunderland fan. And the last 50 years has been torture. I'm going to have to call him out. The only person to blame for all of this is my dad. My dad grew up in the northeast as a Sunderland fan himself and spent many a game in the stands at Roker Park. I don't exactly remember how it happened, but I know I didn't have a choice to be a Sunderland fan. He didn't beat it into me or anything like that. But yeah, there was never another option for me. And I don't remember the first time I kicked a football. But as a youngster, I was playing all the time. From when I got up in the morning at a weekend till when I came in just before bed, it was football, football. I brought a few bits to show you. Look at that. That little fellow on the end there. 1983. 2 years later, still the short one on the end. I wasn't always fat and bald, look. Won a few bits and bobs. Samuel Barlow Cup, 1984. Dukery 6-a-side. Bought this as well. Someone questioned my O-level art. Said it finished in 1987, but November 1987 there. Ordinary level 1. Grade D. But I was only 12 or 13 back then. So I was a little bit ahead of my time when it came to art anyway. I only remember going to Roker Park once myself. Hello. And yeah, Kenny Dalglish playing for Liverpool, absolutely destroying us. But I loved it, even though we got beat. So in my lifetime, there's been nothing to celebrate as a Sunderland fan, apart from like, whatever it's called, Sherpa Van Trophy in the 3rd Division, or getting promoted and then getting relegated the following season. We had a little purple patch when Peter Reid was in charge, and Kevin Phillips was scoring for fun, got a few England caps. The last time Sunderland won anything was the FA Cup, May 1973.
Moving a lot more freely now. A deep one again. Watson is right in there. So too is Hallam. And Porterfield! Oh, Porterfield has scored! And Sunderland, the underdogs, are in the lead. These are really pushing forward. Cherry, brilliant save, and Lorimer makes it one each.
I used to think that I was a result of the celebrations, but it was 10 months later that I was born. Must have been a big party for my dad anyway. And I carried on the tradition by forcing my lad through the same pain as I go through. So I played football from being knee high to 40. I think I was 40, maybe 41 when I finally gave in. I was all right. I wasn't great. I played at a level where I didn't get paid, but there was the odd games every now and again where we played against teams where they did get paid. So I would say reasonable standard on a Saturday, one where you had to turn up smart, that kind of thing. But also, later years, it was Sunday League. And that's a different level, where people are supping special brew at the side of the pitch, threatening to kick your head in if you tackle one of their players. So, but it was fun. I've played football in the same team as my brother since he was around 18 years old. I don't think he kicks the ball anymore now either. So he's 40 this year. So I think I lasted longer than him, just. It's about the only thing I've ever beat him at. My lad Matthew, he was also a massive football fan as a kid. He packed up playing, I think, around 13. He just kicks the ball around every now and again for fun. This one, I think it's his sister's ball, actually. That Cruyff. We had season tickets up at the Stadium of Light when Djibril Cissé and Darren Bent were playing for us. But that 2-hour drive back home after you'd got beat was horrendous. I used to love going to the matches, but after a while, it gets you down. You know, when your team is as bad as it is. Same with England. You know, how many times have we built ourselves up just to fall at the final hurdle or a penalty shootout? I remember when Gazza's sliding in and he's inches away from putting the ball in the back of the net. Stuart Pearce chucking a penalty over the bar. When Lampard scores from 30 yards and it's that far over the line and the ref doesn't see it. Some things just aren't meant to be. Definitely not when it comes to me being a Sunderland fan. I know that in my lifetime they're never ever going to win anything. Football's a different game now to what it used to be. It's all about the money. The top teams are always winning all of the trophies, basically. It's very, very, very rare that you get somebody out of the top 5 winning anything. Still got it. I might dig my boots out because I'm resigned to the fact I'm never ever going to win out as a fan. If anybody ever hears me say it's coming home again, knock me out. May as well finish off with a pressure situation. Penalties. They took the goalpost down. Jumpers for goalposts, who remembers that as a kid? Might try the Ivan Toney. I've hit the post. There's not even a goalie in. That's a bit of luck. Ref's called it back. Keeper off his line. Got to take it again. Yes. I'll see you tomorrow.